Hey, what's up? My name is Thaddeus with Swift Wedding Films here. Just wanted to introduce myself a little bit as well as our brand and more so just talk about wedding videography as a whole. There's a ton of noise out there on the internet. There's lots of vendors and the knot and the social media and all this different stuff you're going to hear. And I really think it gets kind of confusing. So we've been doing this for a while, over 8 years now. So I want to give you some clarity and just help you make a better decision on, what's going to make the most sense for you for wedding videography here. So let's dive into it, shall we? All right, first things first, I know you're probably wondering, why should I even watch this? I know you're busy. I know you have a lot of things to do. You have a lot of things to plan. Give me just a few minutes and let me explain here. I promise you this is going to be extremely valuable. All right, so let's run through a few statistics here. So this was a wedding planning survey done by Zola. I didn't make this up. Feel free to go check it out. They found about 63% of couples got a video, whereas 37% did not. The reason why this is significant is the next stat here, which is they found that about 98% of the couples who didn't get it regretted it within a year, which is a pretty crazy number. And honestly, if that's not a reason to at least watch this video and learn a little bit more about wedding videography, I don't know what is. You can imagine that photo and video are the only things that you're going to have when the wedding is said and done. And I think that's why so many people regretted it, quite frankly. Now, again, I'm not saying this to scare you. I just want you to be aware. So that way, again, you can make a good decision. So let's dive into all this. So, first I need to insert my face. Okay, face has been inserted. So again, my name is Thaddeus. We've been filming weddings for over 8 years now. And we're actually, I don't know how many we've done. We've done hundreds. And we're in over 22 states we've captured weddings in. And soon it will be also countries. We're about to do some out of country destination weddings. Really excited about that. Nonetheless, and I myself have been filmmaking for over 15 years. And you're probably like, how does that make sense? You look like you're 12. How could you have done that? Let me explain. Okay. So this is a little bit about me. So first off, I'm going to cover this up to make it less distracting. So first off, young me here, 2009, making videos of me and my brother practicing soccer. Okay, so that was first where it started. Then next, it turned into me learning how to use the yo-yo a little too well. Don't ask me why I got this good at yo-yoing, but I was also documenting that. So there was that. And then eventually it led into me doing flips and acrobatics with some of my friends. And all these different hobbies were just things that I documented. They weren't really like for the purpose of making films. I was just documenting what I was doing, right? And I really just got obsessed with what I was doing. No matter what it was, I got obsessed with it. And I would document it and I would keep track of everything. So fast forwarding now, make my head a little smaller. So fast forward here to my first ever music video. I'm 17 years old. I just really wanted to try some things out. I was just having fun. And, I was absolutely blown away by the fact that I could make money while making videos, doing what I loved. And I started trying a bunch of different types of videos. I mean, real estate videos, commercials, you name it. And eventually it led to weddings. So this is for a family friend. This is my first ever wedding, young me here. And I never would have imagined that it would have led to this 8 years later. So nowadays here we have our team. So these are guys that I've been friends with since high school. So it's been awesome to work with them and really just create these experiences for couples and really have a great time doing it as well. Now, there's a pretty big gap between here. And I didn't mention that when I was 19, I moved out to Los Angeles on my own, started my own independent production company, and started doing big music videos and commercials, and eventually even got into TV and film. This is a pilot we did for Dennis Graham, which is Drake's dad. Yes, the Drake. And we were interviewing Dion Cole for this. I had the opportunity to actually produce, direct, and shoot this. And then that's Jacob there, our lead shooter to this day. And you might be wondering with all the different things we did, like why weddings? Like why am I doing weddings now that I've done all these different things? Because our music videos got hundreds of millions of views. We had all these cool experiences. But truthfully, as you can probably imagine, the film industry is rather shady. It's not a great place to be. But more importantly is I had to ask myself, why am I doing this? And where is this going long term? And what is my purpose? That was the real question I had to ask. And I realized that making videos like these, they didn't really lead to anything. Sure, they might have got a lot of views, but after a year or two, no one really cares about them. And I really wanted to, make a long-term impact. And I believe that's what we've been able to do with weddings here. So don't take my word for it, though. This is what a few of our couples have had to say.
I'm glad that, I trusted like the right team because, I know it doesn't always work out that way. You guys have been tremendously helpful to us, obviously. Truly, I cannot thank you enough. And I know that it just means so much to me. So thank you.
Hey, Swift Weddings. Thank you for capturing our day. I'm gonna cry. We're so thankful we found you guys, because this part, looking back 20 years, whatever, 50 years from now, is gonna be so memorable to us. And I just feel like a weight has lifted off my chest. I don't have to worry about you guys, and I already know you guys are gonna make a promising video that Jack and I will look on forever. So thank you for being with us today.
I don't have much to add on to that, but it was probably one of the smoothest process that I could have asked for. And from seeing the drone shots fly over above and
That was
being like,
cool. That was
this is
cool.
pretty neat. This feels kind of nice and high tech,
Yeah.
you know, and I mean, I guess to me as a groom, that means a lot. So thank you.
So let's get into that a little bit more. So before I get into that though, I want to talk about some of the modern wedding videography pitfalls here. And this is just something I see because, again, I want to share about wedding videography as a whole. What I see a lot is people basically having a lack of any sort of focus, any kind of plan behind what they're doing. And what a lot of filmmakers are doing is they're focusing on details way too much. Like it's all flowers and decor and basically a highlight of your venue. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. Nobody else is going to tell you this, but here's the real reason why a lot of filmmakers do this. Honestly, it's just so much easier to catch these details and decor over these unplanned, unscripted moments. Most likely they're amateurs, and that's okay. Everybody starts somewhere, but what you're seeing here, this over focus on details, is it's really easy to refilm over and over and over again the shots of the flowers, the shots of the decor, because they're not moving, they're not breathing, they're not changing. It's very easy to predict, and that's why you see this. And the same exact thing goes for these more music video-esque weddings. You've probably seen this before. So it's like slow motion shots of you guys walking around outside in a field with some music overlaid, and it really doesn't show anything that happened in the day. These are some of the common pitfalls that I see personally. But I want to talk about our why, because again, I already mentioned this a little bit, but it's really important to ask that question. It's like, why are we doing this? And for me, and for the rest of our team, it turned into something that we're creating living, breathing time capsules. We're creating something that's going to last a lifetime. And really, it's a resource. It's a resource for the good times and for the bad times. And I've heard some amazing stories from our past couples about how when things actually got rough, inevitably as they do over the years, they were able to use their wedding film to bring them back together and remember why they started this. Because again, they're actually hearing what they said that day. They're hearing the vows and the promises they made. They're not just reading them. They're not just kind of remembering them. They're actually there on the day again, being able to hear it. And I think that's just incredibly, incredibly powerful. Next is about creating a long-term impact, creating a form of memory insurance in a sense that really allows us to catch these different moments, the small things, the emotions, the reactions, the things we don't really even consider moments, as well as the people who we unfortunately may not have around forever. I know it's sad and it's morbid, but unfortunately, photo and video is one of the few ways we can really hold on to memories of the people we care about. This even goes further when I say setting an example. What I mean by that is like showing your future family where you started, like showing them what's possible when they work on themselves and they attract someone that they can create a strong family with. And who better to set an example than you, right? So, and that kind of brings me on to my next point here, and really where this all stems from is I am fortunate enough to have parents that still love each other over 30 years later now. So I think they're at 32 and now they're about to hit 33 years. These are my parents here. This is at my brother's wedding with him and his new wife, Emma. So this is just an experience that I care about because I've been fortunate enough to have family that have showed me and given me the example. And I really think there's no better gift. There's no better gift you can give to your kids than to show them what a strong, loving marriage can look like. And that's what you have the opportunity to do here, to be able to box this up and turn it into something tangible. And I just think that's extremely powerful. And that's why we do this. So let's keep moving on here, because modern wedding videography, another pitfall that I see is it's the filming style. First off is that it's just overly staged. And what I mean by that is like it's posed, it's planned out, like, hey, you guys go here, you do this, you do that. And what that turns into is essentially your day is like a film set. You're dealing with all this extra stuff on top of your already chaotic day. And then naturally or more so not naturally, getting these moments captured. And quite frankly, I've just seen it be obtrusive. I've heard of it being obtrusive from many, many photographers they'll tell us, oh yeah, we worked with these videographers and they were like stepping on us all day. They're getting in the way, blocking people's view during the ceremony. Like, again, making it a shoot, making it a film set rather than focusing on your wedding day. So I want to talk about our style a little bit and how we do things. So our style is more of a candid documentary style. I like to explain it as like a fly on the wall. Essentially, that's the perspective. So we're essentially just documenting the day as it happens. We're not planning it out. We're able to just catch the raw moments and the raw emotions as they happen. And that's what I mean by organic here. We're able to catch the authentic moments. We're able to catch people acting how they normally would, as if there's no camera there. And that's, I think, extremely valuable. And it goes to show in our films. Now, when I say timeless here, a lot of people say timeless, but what does that actually mean? Well, we're using tried and true filmmaking techniques that have been around for, honestly, probably decades at this point. The movie and television industry have been using these forever, which is tried and true techniques that capture emotion and still tell stories rather than just filming a bunch of random stuff. We're putting together a story here, and we are also putting it together in a style that is actually enjoyable, something you're not going to cringe at in 5 years because the styles and the trends have changed. It's something that will truly live forever. And onto our last point here, which is flowing, which is the way we put everything together. Something that's not jarring, something that's both enjoyable, but it actually makes sense. You know, one of the biggest things that we have found that are really important is including the audio moments. You know, what you're actually saying. Again, the promises, the vows, these important moments. That's the kind of things that we focus on because that tells the story. And that's something that I see not a lot of and really not enough of, quite frankly. And why we do this, more importantly than how, is, you know, for you. What does this do for you? You know, this allows you to actually be present on the day. You're able to relax. You're able to be in the moment and enjoy it. Like, I know for a fact, if you're a bride and you're watching this, you've probably been thinking of this day for a long, long time. Now, if you're the groom, I promise you she's been thinking about this for a long time, longer than you know. I know how much it's important for you guys to actually be present on your day and enjoy all the people that are there. That's what's nice about the way we capture the day, because we're able to basically just be in the background using long lenses to actually capture you guys, not really notice that you're being on film. And that's what allows us to capture raw emotion, because again, you don't really feel like you're being filmed. So you're able to just open up, be yourself, and we're able to document these things in that more raw, candid kind of style. And that's how we've been able to capture them. Again, go check out our films. I can talk about this all day. Go check out our films and you can see for yourself what this really looks like on camera. And speaking of looking on camera, it's going to help you look great on camera. And the best part about it is, again, we don't have to go through some training on telling you how to stand and how to walk and all these things, because the best thing you can do is forget that you're on camera. And that's why we film the way we do, because I film with tons of people. Again, go watch our films. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. A lot of our couples are actually really nervous about being on camera, but it doesn't show in the videos because of the way we film. That's how you look great on camera. So again, another modern wedding videography pitfall here is poor communication. I see this all the time. Confusing PDFs, packaged PDFs. They're going to send you some PDF. It's going to say a bunch of random stuff. You're not really going to know, unless you're a filmmaker, you know, what does a highlight film really mean? What does this include? What are all the different pieces here? You know, how are they going to capture the day? You're not really going to know. It's just going to be random information. And then from there, you select a package. They say, cool. You send them a deposit. They show up on your day and they have no direction. And next is just no connection. You don't get the chance to actually talk with them, learn about how they do things. They don't get to learn about what you actually want. And quite frankly, it's going to make it awkward on the day of. They don't really know you. You don't really know them. And like I said, they don't really know what you're looking for. So I want to talk a little bit about our process here. And again, our focus here is making something that's stress-free. So that's why we have our 3-step process here. And it's our one-on-one consultation. So the consultation is where we actually define your vision, and we really just see if we're a good fit, because we're going to help you craft a vision, and we're going to see, okay, can we help you guys create this? If we can't, no worries. We're going to just recommend you to someone who can. But we're going to help you craft a vision. We're going to understand why you actually want this, the moments that you want, your deep desires, the root reasons behind everything, because everyone has the real reason behind why they want things, and that's more important than some list of shots, right? And next, after we've done that, we're not bothering you a bunch in between. We save all the details for our wedding prep meeting here. So this is something that happens more like 4 to 6 weeks out of the wedding, where we handle all the last minute details. We talk about anything that's changed. We add on all the little details that we need, and you guys meet your guys' team. You meet with everyone, so we're all comfortable. And then again, on the day, when we get to the big day, that's when you get to relax. We're going to capture all your memories while you guys stay present. You get to relax. This is how we create a legacy. When I say legacy, what I really mean by this is we're learning what's important to you, because who better to explain and tell your legacy than you? We're not here to tell your legacy. We're here to capture it. We're here to create your vision so that way you can share it and pass it down, right? So who we serve here, this is really, really important, because we don't work with just everybody. Okay, I will say that now. We don't. Honestly, we can only do so many weddings per month and per year. So really, we serve the ambitious, the adventurous, the dreamers, the people who really want more out of life, people who have this giant vision and plan for their lives. And really what this looks like for us, the way I would explain it, is people who care about being present and, having connection with the people that they care about, bettering themselves, bettering the people around them by setting an example. We will also want them to have an experience. And when I say experience, I don't just mean your wedding day. I'm talking about you want an experience out of life. Of course, you want an experience on your wedding day. You want to be able to enjoy it, but you want to enjoy afterwards too. You want to experience all the different flavors of life. You want to try things and enjoy things and really push yourself. And even more so than anything, once again, you're focused on family legacy. We want to work with people who are focused on creating a family, creating a legacy. I know I've said that word so many times. I know I sound like a broken record, but the people who want to create a strong family, the people who want to leave an impression and make a ripple in their own genealogy, if you will. I think that's the right word. That's the kind of people we want to work with. That's the kind of people that we want to capture their day with, because quite frankly, that's the kind of people that we have the most fun with, and that's the kind of people we connect with. And if we connect with you guys, it's going to make your guys' wedding film that much better. So I want to ask the question, does this sound like you? Did you watch this and be like, wow, okay, that really resonates with me? If this resonates with you, if you're interested in talking more, let's set up a call. There's no pressure. You don't have to book anything, but let's have a conversation. Let's see if this makes sense. Let's see if we can craft your vision. So depending on where you are, if you're on our website, go to the contact page, fill out the form, and we'll see if we have your date available, and we'll set up a call and we'll talk more. If you're on YouTube or anywhere else, I'll give you a link. There'll be a link somewhere where you can contact us. Go there. Let's talk. Let's chat. If not, no worries. Again, this is only for the people who resonate. This is only for the people who are like, yes, this is me. If it's not you, no worries. I hope you watch this video, and I hope you learn some things about wedding videography nonetheless. Thanks for watching. That's all I have.